Hello, good morning, everyone.
Hi, Sigawa. Good morning.
Thank you. Trust you're all doing great. And thank you very much for joining us this morning. We are looking to start soon, right? We just want a few more people to join. Thank you very much for being punctual.
Ó ní 200 naira ó ní kí wọ́n fẹ́ fi ṣe òun fẹ́ fi ra káàdì fóun ò fi lè kí wọn.
Kindly mute your mic, Brian. Okay. Yeah, good morning, everyone. And yeah, welcome to the very first edition of TekTariq Academy Masterclass webinar. And we are really glad to have you here. Thank you very much for joining and for being punctual. My name is Adegoke Amdala, and I'll be your host for today. If you are really glad to be here, can I see your reactions, please? Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you, everyone. So we will be starting now. So for the past few days, I'm sure we've all been seeing this on our screen everywhere, WhatsApp, Instagram, on all socials. We've been seeing TekTariq Academy, Masterclass, and so on. And finally, today is the D-Day. We are having the first session of the Masterclass today. And I'm really glad. So, yeah, this will be our agenda for today's session. We'll be having the opening remarks, the introduction, and insight into the masterclass. Then you get to meet our industry experts who will be the facilitator for today's program. Then the session proper. And yes, the most important part of this session, which is the open mic session, where everyone gets to ask questions, probably related to the session or anything about tech that you really want to know, or anything about TekTariq that you want to know. And also, a second, please.
Hello, Stigaba. I can no longer hear you. Is it the same with everyone, or you are not speaking correctly?
Yeah, I am. I just said you should give me a second, please. I'm trying to
All
fix
right, all right,
something.
all right.
Thank
All right, all
you.
right. Thank you.
I'm so sorry for the break in transmission, right? So please confirm you can see my screen now.
Yes, I can see your screen.
All right. So as I was saying earlier, that here is our agenda for today's program, right? We have the opening remarks, the introduction, then an insight into the masterclass. And we'll be moving on to meet with our amazing facilitators, then the session proper. And yeah, the most interesting parts of this session, which will be the open mic session, where everyone gets to ask question. You ask the facilitators question, anything related to tech or TekTariq, and we'll be very glad to provide answers. And yeah, the closing remarks. So let's get into it, right? Once again, you are welcome, and we are glad to have you here. Good morning, everyone. On behalf of TekTariq Academy, I'd like to warmly welcome you to today's masterclass session. We are excited to have you here. Whether you're exploring tech for the first time, looking to switch careers, or seeking to grow your skills, this session is designed to give you valuable insights into the opportunities available in technology. I encourage you to participate actively, ask questions, and make the most of this opportunity to learn from experienced professionals. Thank you for joining us. And once again, you are welcome to TekTariq Academy Masterclass. Can I get reactions? Can I see excited people here? I don't know, I think you all are not impressed by my opening speech. All right, thank you. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, so before we dive into the session proper, I'm sure some people have questions. Who is this organization that is presenting a masterclass to us? We've been seeing these flyers around, and then I'm sure we have questions. Okay, what is TekTariq about? What is TekTariq Academy about? And yes, I am here this morning to provide answers. Just like I've said earlier, that's whatever questions you have today, we are here to provide answers. So basically, I'll be introducing TekTariq IT Solutions Limited. TekTariq IT Solutions Limited is a technology company, training academy, and a talent pipeline built for the realities of Nigeria's growing digital economy. We build products, solve real problems, train professionals through our structured academy program, and connect businesses with job-ready talent. So if you are hearing about TekTariq IT Solutions for the very first time, this is me explaining to you what we do. And I think right now you already have an answer. And if someone else is asking you that, what do they do at TekTariq? You know that we are not just any tech company. We create digital solutions. And then we are not just doing that, we also train professionals. So by joining our academy, you know that you are not just coming here to get something you can get anywhere. We give you the top notch, yes. And we are not just training anyone, we are training employable professionals. So now back to the icing on the cake, right? That's the Tech Academy. So if we've been following, when I was explaining what we do at TekTariq IT Solution, I mentioned that we have a tech training program, right? And yeah, out of the numerous things that we do at TekTariq Academy, at TekTariq IT Solutions Limited, is the Tech Training Academy, which we call the TekTariq Academy. So the TekTariq Academy is the training arm, a structured tech education program built for recent graduates, career switchers, and anyone ready to break into tech. We have real tutors, real skill, and guaranteed internship. So here today, I present to you TekTariq Academy. And yes, we've been doing this. This is not the first. Yes, we've been doing this. We are just making this more elaborate. And we are bringing it to you on a platter of gold, trust me, because you cannot just get this anywhere. We are not just training you to just have the certificates. We are training you to become professionals. We are training you to become employable. So can I get a round of applause for TekTariq IT Solutions and then TekTariq Academy? All right, thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. I love the fact that we are all together in this. So yeah, I realized that we've been quiet since I started talking, and I really do not like talking alone. I always love interactive sessions, right? So here is a very quick one. I have a question on my screen. Okay, so every app, website, okay, the instruction is I need about 3 people to raise their hand and then tell me what team they belong to. Like, I'll be reading this question, right? And then you tell me what team you belong to or you like to belong to. So every app, website, and digital products you use was built by a team of specialists. What part of the team do you belong to? Option 1, front end. Option 2, back end. Option 3, data analytics. Option 4, cloud and DevOps. Option 5, brand design. And option 6, product design. So can I have hands up? Tell us what part of the team you belong to or you are. Okay, I have 1 person. I need about 5 people to speak, actually. So just 1. 2. I still have 3 more slots. 3, okay. Two more to go. You know, we have professionals on this call, and I really do not know why you all do not want us to know what you do. Okay, 4. I need 1 more person. 5. Thank you very much. Thank you. So, Olani or Alima, let's have you.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning,
Good
Miss
morning.
Amdana. Thank you so much for having us. So, of course, the front-end parts. Thank you.
Okay, we have a front-end developer in the house. Thank you very much, Alima. Thank you. I would have loved if you can give us an insight into what you do as a front-end developer. For someone like me who does not know what front-end is, nobody should laugh. Don't laugh at me. I really do not know. So can you give us an insight into what you do as a front-end developer?
All right, there is no problem, but I just want to take that as a joke. All right. So, as a front-end person, as a front-end developer, of course, we build websites after the product designers, after they've worked on a particular project. So they pass it to us, the front-end people, like front-end engineers, to work on the UI. There's the UI of the website, like what the user can interact with. So we are the ones to like, okay, build the UI, yes, the physical, sorry, what you can see on the website, what you can see on the application, the things like how to interact with it. So it is the job of the front-end developer or the front-end engineer. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Alima. So basically what we see on the website is what you guys give to us. So thank you very much. And I really appreciate that. So secondly, we have Owonikoko Hawa. You can unmute your mic and speak now.
All right. Thank you very much, ma'am. Good morning. Yes.
Good morning.
I'm front-end part 2 of the team.
Wow, another front-end developer in the house. I think front-end developers are winning this morning. I love it. You can go ahead, please. Okay. Is that all you have for us?
Okay. A very brief insight, right?
Okay. Yeah.
I'll say as a front-end developer, I build a part of websites that will say the part of website and applications that users, when I mean users, we all on the call, that we see and interact with. And the goal is just to make them visually appealing, easy to use, and also accessible on different devices, PC, mobiles, and all. So that's it.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for sharing that. I really love it. Yes. I'm sure you are learning one or two. For those who have joined this call and you are trying to understand what front end is, I know tech jargons can be so funny that you just be wondering, what are these people saying, right? Now, I think you have an insight into what front end web development is. So thank you very much, Hawa. And okay, up next we have Ibrahim Abdurrahman. Abdurrahman, you can unmute your mic and speak.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I'm from the backend team. So, and backend, so we build and maintain everything that user doesn't see. So not like the front end that you interact with what you see. So by seeing what is on your screen. So as Saida above explained now, so but we the backend, so we work behind the scene. So for an instance now, so like a restaurant, so the front end people, so they are the waiter. So and we the back end, so we are the kitchen, so cooking food for the front end engineers. So thank you. That's all.
Thank you very much, Abdurrahman. So basically, you are telling us that the back-end developers, they work behind the scene. They prepare the food that the front end serve to us. So thank you very much for sharing that insight. All right, so we are having Rafiat Jibul. You can omit your mic and speak.
Okay, thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. I belong
Good
to
morning.
the data analytics team. Yeah. So as a data analyst, my role is to transform raw data to into meaningful insights. Yeah, that helps the team or stakeholders to understand the user behavior. Yeah, we help them to make business decisions. So in short, I would say we bridge the gap between information and action by turning complex data into
I think your
meaningful.
network is breaking.
Oh my God, though. Hello, please, can you hear me?
It's audible. I can hear him. Yes.
Is it from my end? Okay. Okay.
No, it is not from your end, Rafi.
Okay. So like I said, we bridge the gap between information and action by turning complex data into clear, actionable stories. So data is life. We make data.
if I remember,
No, please, you can go ahead, please. I think someone interrupted.
Okay. So I said data is life. We use data to make decisions. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. And yeah, I love the aspect of data is life. It's giving the vibe of normal MTN and Glow data. Or is that it? Okay. Thank you very much for sharing that. All right. Lawal Abdullah, you can unmute your mic and speak now. And Abdurrahman, you can put down your hand too, please. Lawal Abdullah, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Yeah, thank you for having us. And I'll prefer going for brand design.
Wow. So you're a brand designer?
Let's just put it. Let's just say yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can you give us an insight into what brand designers do?
Okay. As a brand designer, we create like visual identity and the image of a business. So we are the one that bring the thoughts, like we are the one that bring the thought of the business to people's mind. Like when they see our design, they'll be like, this is what this business is about. This is what this company is about. So we design flyers, logos, beautiful things, images for people to see what we really want to do in the business or the company. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you very much, Abdullah. So basically what you do is you convert people's thoughts into beautiful visuals. I think I would love to be a brand designer, maybe sometimes in the future. Thank you very much. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for participating in our trivia question. And yes, we will be getting to the most interesting parts of this session, which is where you get to meet our facilitator for the day. Are we ready? Oh God, have I showed you guys this face? No, I'm not supposed to show you his face. Oh my God. God. I wanted someone to guess. Okay, so let's not keep each other waiting, right? So our facilitator for the day is Awal Adewi. And yeah, just like I mentioned earlier, that we are not just bringing anyone, right? We are bringing industry experts. And I know this name is very familiar to almost everyone on this call. He is also known as Almajiri Dev. And yeah, Awal Adewi is a software engineer at Within Labs, where he develops AI-powered health technology solutions that improve patient care across Africa. With experience across telecoms, edtech, and fintech, he brings a diverse perspective to building impactful technology. He is also a lead mentor at the IITB Tech Fellowship, where he has helped many aspiring tech professionals transition from complete beginners to building and deploying real-world software. He is a graduate of computer science from the University of Ilorin. Awal is passionate about software engineering, artificial intelligence, and helping others grow in their tech careers. Let's jam our hands together and welcome our facilitator, Awal Adewi, on board. I've not seen your reaction, so I can tell him not to speak today, and everybody have to come back later. Okay, I don't like, I am not trying to threaten anybody. Thank you very much. Thank you. So yeah, Almajiri Dev will be taking us through the topic, building the internet, a live look at how tech products are made. So let's sit back, stay glued to our screen, get our hands on our writing materials, because definitely he is coming well loaded and you have something, in fact, a lot to learn from him. So thank you very much. And dear, good morning, Almajiri Dev. We are glad to have you this morning. Thank you.
Mic check. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Yeah. Well, thank you for having me. Once again, good morning. It's a nice introduction by our hosts. I appreciate you for that wonderful welcome. And I appreciate everyone here on the call for joining this session. I hope we're gonna have a very wonderful ride. Well, before we start, I have a quick question to ask. Like, I want this session to be interactive. I want us to, I want the session to be interactive, of course. So I have a question for everybody on this call. Can you guess how many times you think you've tapped on your phone screen today? How many times have you tapped on your phone screen today? Any guess? Like, you can have the guess on, we can have it on the chat box, right? Let's have it. Someone said uncountable. It's actually countable. It's countable. I want to know if we are actually together. So your answer on the chat box will determine 1,000 times. Wow. Yeah. You're a master presser. Someone said 15 times. Uh, wow. Interesting. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you all. Thank you all for your responses. Someone said 250 times. Well, it's possible. Very possible, right? Yes. So, but just so you know, the fact is that the average person swipes or clicks on their phones more than 2,500 times a day. That's an average person that doesn't really press their phone. Five, to be honest, yeah, 5 billion times. So an average person taps on their phone 2,500 times a day. Some people hit 5,000. Some people can even hit 1 million. Imagine you're a business person that you operate your business is on your phone. I don't know if you might be clicking up to 5 million times. I know that's not possible, sure, but let's just say 5,000. Okay. So, but one thing you need to know is that every single tap that you do, every single tap triggers a chain of events across computers you've never seen before, data centers you've never been to. Each tab is running through code that is written by people you've never met. And by God's grace, in the next 1 hour or less, yeah, I'll show you exactly how that looks like, or I'll explain to you how that works and how everything happens. Yeah, once again, my name is Awala Dewi. I'm a software engineer, and for this session, there's a particular app that I built that we're going to use to demo this session and use it live, and we're going to watch what happens. So I'll be sharing my screen now to share my slides, but yeah, sit down and let's go ahead. Yeah, okay. Where's that my slide again? Okay, maybe I should just share my screen instead. Should I share? Okay. All right. Okay. This, I want to confirm if you can see my screen. Yeah, I'm gonna place it in.
Yes, it's up.
Okay, thank you so much. Today, the topic we're going to be talking about is building the internet. Everything on the internet is actually a series of communication between one computer, a middleman, and another computer, of course. So the product that runs on this on these computers are the products, the tech products that me and you and other engineers and people that are not engineers build, right? So it's going to be about a live look at how tech products are actually built. Okay. Yeah, sit tight and bear with me. So you agree with me that at least out of these 4 products that I just made example of here, it's not possible that you don't use one of these a day. It's not possible. Some people use more than this, right? You use this every day, like you use WhatsApp every day. So have you ever wondered what's actually happening inside the apps on your phone or on your web browsers? We use WhatsApp. Do you ever wonder how WhatsApp was built, how the communication is happening, how all these things are happening? Use Paystack to make payments. For those that make payments online, let's say you buy food online and you want to make payments, or you want to pay your school fees, or you shop online or you buy data. All this stuff on this website, they use payment gateways like Paystack, Flutterwave, and the rest. For the shopaholics, the ones that are always shopping online, Jumia, uh, Temu. Yes, a lot of people use Temu and the rest. And the other one is TekTariq. We have TekTariq. So this one is TekTariq. So this is a food vendor app that we built for this session, and we're using it to demo how these products are actually working. All right. So I want to introduce you to TekTariq. It's a product of TekTariq. It's a one-day product. It's not going live. It's just for it's just for this session. So this TekTariq is it's not free food. Right, Abdurrahman, it's not free food. Don't even think about it. So it's a food delivery app built for this session. Same architecture as Chowdeck, Balls Food, and Glovo. All this yeah. So I'm gonna introduce you to what it works, how it works, and how it's actually built. Okay. So now you place an order on the full on uh on the app, right? So when you place an order on a particular application, what do you think happens? Right? What do you think happens? So let's do something. Let's do a demo first before we go into the explanation. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen and I'm going to share my entire screen instead. Okay. Hold on. So that I can show you in a better way. Come on, we'll bring this guy here. Where's my browser here? Hmm? Mm, okay. So we are going to be doing this together, right? I'm going to share my screen now. So we'll do the demo before the explanation and no other food. We don't have food today, especially for the attendees of this meeting. We don't have food for you, shared. So especially where you are staying, it's too far. It's too far for us to deliver food there. Okay. So yeah, so let me share this guy again. think I'll bring everything together. All right. Don't mind our product designers, because I mean, don't mind, we had to build this guy in a rush, so don't mind us, please. So yeah. Can you see my screen now? Right. So this is
Yes, sir.
TekTariq. It's TekTariq. And because many people are hungry, especially our host. Our host loves to eat, so right, it's the Java. But the issue is that
Wow.
there's no bread on this particular app. So we really have this particular kitchen. So this just like Glovo, is just like your normal application. You understand? So what is the thinking behind it? How do the engineers think? How do the product guys think? How do the analysts, the data analysts, how do they think about coming up with a product is what we want to look at now. So I'm going to be sharing the link. So by the time you make order, I'm going to share the link to this particular application. Everything, the database, everything is sitting on my computer. It is not on any other computer. So I'm going to explain that part as well. But first, let us see what's going to happen. So I'll copy this link and share it in the chat box. Don't bombard my server. So I'm going to be showing the admin side. I'm going to change the admin side. So who wanted to order food the other time? So can I start seeing your orders? Let me cancel this particular one. So this order has been cancelled. I want to see like 2 orders that is coming in. Yeah. So yeah, now let's order. So this is the admin side of the application, right? You guys don't want food. No? Okay, let me make my own order. I want you to deliver to, where am I currently? I'm in Ikoyi. Yes. And then I want to order from Mama's Kitchen. Give me pounded yam. No, today is Saturday now, so pounded yam will make sense. So I'm gonna go to checkout, right? I select this guy. I click on this. I select, and I go to checkout. I say, okay, this is the amount I'm. You see, we have very cheap food here. It's just 3,007, and we are not even charging you for service fee. I proceed to payments. I add my name. I say, okay, I'm Almajiri Dev, right? Almajiri Dev. This is not my card details. You should try it. They will block you. It's just a dummy card. I make my payments, processing the payment successful, right? And if I come here, I have so many orders. What's going on? A lot of people have orders. I can see Almadi Devs, Boy Mariam. Everybody is ordering food. Your food. I'm sorry to disappoint you. Nothing for you guys. So somebody at the admin side, when you order, there's somebody receiving your order from the admin side. Do you get? There's somebody that is going to receive your order at admin side, assign it to a rider, pack it, update it, and tell you that the order has been packed and the food is going to be sent to you very soon. By the time you get to the rider will tell you that, oh, I'm already on my way and I'm going to send the food to you. I'm bringing the food over to you. By the time you get to the rider, there's going to be a form of authentication and verification. And then by the time the food gets to your hand, you are going to know that, yes, this food has been ordered, and it will tell you that the food has been delivered. This is just a mock of how everything is happening. So now you can see that this is just typically how I have so many orders. I'm going to stop this hour because people are just ordering food. I don't want to disappoint anybody, right? So now let's move on, right? So you just ordered food. So what just happened? Between your tap and the confirmation screen, 5 things happens in under 300 milliseconds, meaning that in under less than a second, a lot of things have happened. Or let me say 5 things happen. But let's slow it down. Let's slow it all the way down and discuss how all these things happen. Next slide. What happens in 300 milliseconds is that you click, you make order, the order, and an API request is sent. The button clicks, make order. API request is sent. The server validates it. The database writes it. And what? It responds. It responds back. That is everything that happens in every product. For every action you do, in every product, this is the 5 things that happen. So if you want to be sure that, if you want to know exactly what happens when you are clicking it, is what we are going to explain next. So for you to know that every app is built on 4 layers, whether it's Instagram, it's Paystack, Google, our TekTariq, it's all of them, no exception. They all have 4 layers in which they are built upon. What are those 4 layers? It's part of what our host has already discussed in the beginning. Number 1, the front end, the back end, the database, and the cloud. They are built on the 4 layers, right? So the front end is everything you see and tap. The restaurant cards, the menu cards, the order screen. That's the shop window. It's everything you see on the screen that, okay, this is what I'm seeing, is what the front end does. They are the one that determines the color, they determine the font and everything. So part of the tools we use in building the front end part is React, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. For the back end, that's the kitchen. The logic behind every action, meaning that when you log in, when you make payments or you order, all those things happen behind the scene. Because how does the product know that this person that is coming in is not Almajiri? This person is Istijaba. Or this person is not Istijaba, this person is Halima Olani. What logic does that? We won't do that and tell you on the screen that, okay, I'm checking this. No, it happens behind the scene. How does the system know that the amount you paid is actually the amount we want you to pay, and your order is actually a valid order? It's through the backend. We don't show you all those things because there are complex logic that can disturb the mental state of any user. Imagine we showing you all the calculations that, okay, you paid this food is this. We now do all the plus and minus, and we are showing you on the screen. It's going to look boring and you'll be tired. But we are showing you just what you need to see. You don't have to see all the logic. That's what happens on the back end. Now, the database. Okay, for the back end, we use Node.js, Express, REST API, Fast API, Django, Spring Boot, and all these tools, right? For the database, that's the permanent storage. Every order, by the time you bring an order, we don't just hear. Unlike you going to the, if there's no database, it's just like me telling you that, hello, I want to buy rice, and that is all. We are not saving it anywhere. If I forget, I've forgotten. But if I tell the system that I bought rice, you can go back and check, okay, what did this person order yesterday? What did the person order today? We can even use, based on what you have ordered, to suggest things for you to order next. So this database is the permanent storage where every order, restaurant, the list of restaurants, the list of orders, all the restaurants, all the menu items, all of them are stored somewhere. That's what the database. And the cloud, well, after you build it, where does your application live? The cloud are those people that make sure the application is always available 24/7. They scale up when busy and scale down when quiet. Do you understand? At peak hours, they scale up, and when people are not really ordering, like midnight, people really order in the midnight, they scale down to save cost. Meaning that the cloud engineers are those people that will make sure that whatever you build is available everywhere. Meaning that they are going to save it on a computer or on a cloud storage that makes it available on the World Wide Web. And everybody that have access to the World Wide Web, meaning whoever have access to the internet, will be able to access the application. Let's go on. Now, in details, right? I'm going to explain what front-end development does and how we build front-end. Or when somebody tells you I'm a front-end engineer, or somebody tells you I'm building a front-end application, You tell you, okay, yes, you build what people see and feel and interact with. Somebody asks you, are you front-end engineer? What do you do? I say, okay, everything you see, I built it. Microsoft Teams. They click, the join button, they leave, the typing of the comments, everything, those interactions, everything there was done by front-end engineer. They're the one that tells you, that allows you to be able to type, allows you to be able to click on send, and the message goes. All these things are done by the front-end engineers. They are in charge of what you can see and feel and interact with. Just put it at the back of your mind that anything you can feel, any application, any product, web app, mobile app, any application, just think about even your smartwatches or maybe a kiosk. I mean, there are some smart kiosks and whatever it is, an ATM machine, the interface you are seeing, as long as you can see it, you can feel it, and you can interact with it. Number one, you can see, you can feel and interact with it. Those things are done by what? The front-end engineers or the front-end developers. Front-end is the code running inside your browser or your phone. For example, TekTariq, when you see the add to cart button, the cart screen, the confirmation, order confirmation, the front-end engineer wrote all of that. I wrote all of that. Yeah. Or Halima wrote all of that. Who else is a front-end? It can be anybody, right? So the three components of front-end engineering is the structure, the style, and the behavior. If you join this call, or let me use WhatsApp, or should I still use our TekTariq? No, TekTariq is still new to you, so you might not be able to relate well. So let's use WhatsApp now. When you open your WhatsApp screen, and then after seeing the WhatsApp logo, right, and then you can see the list of contacts you have and the last messages. It's going to arrange in a descending order of the last message that was sent and the last contact you chatted with, right? So how are those things structured, right? How are they structured? Meaning the arrangement of the name, where the profile icon is sitting, what shape is the profile icon, and what is the font size of the text that shows, or the preview of the last message. That's what we call the structure, right? The structure is what HTML do. So by the time you are learning HTML, you are learning how to structure, how every button, how every image, the heading and the form, how all those raw content of the page are being structured. That is what HTML teaches. That is the job of HTML, right? How you structure it, how everything is going to work, balance, and I mean, how everything is going to be structured, of course. And then the styling. When we talk about styling, we talk about CSS. That's maybe the colors, the fonts, the spacing, the animation. What makes everything look good like an app? So that it will look like a Microsoft Word, right? Imagine you the way WhatsApp was in 2015 and the way WhatsApp is now. Imagine WhatsApp just maybe an intern just mistakenly roll back to the 2015 version and everybody sees it. We're like, awful. What kind of feature is this? No, there's sometimes that WhatsApp is going to roll a feature and then you see people posting on their status that this particular feature, they don't like this feature, this feature is not good. This is the styling. How you feel or how it looks is what the styling does. And what we use to make that happen is CSS, right? And then the behavior is the JavaScript. The behavior, what happens when you tap? When you click on a like button on WhatsApp status, what do you see? You see something, maybe something will just splash on the screen, you just hear ping, or you hear an animation, you hear a sound, or whatever it is, or reaction. By the time you send reaction, if you react on, everybody should click on the reaction button on this call. You see maybe whatever reaction, either it is thumbs up, if it's heart reaction, whatever reaction you do, it's going to pop up, right? So it's JavaScript has to do with behavior, action words, things that have action, anything that has to do with action, right? You can see that's all these features you are saying, all these things that are happening, that when you do something, it reacts back. For every action, there's a reaction. For that reaction to happen back, or for that action to be taken in, that is where JavaScript comes in, right? It's the behavior of what happens when you type or scroll or you submit something. So React is JavaScript with superpowers, of course. So React is a framework, but it's a library that captures or allows you to do all these things in a singular place. So that's like an extended version of the JavaScript, right? So now, I know this is not something you are actually, it's not something some of you are actually used to, because you don't, especially for those that don't code, this might look somehow, but we just want to let you understand that each part, like when I said that, for example, when you click on something, what happened, what each part does, right? Like the on-click, the restaurant.image, the restaurant.tag, the restaurant.name or delivery time. All these reactions, I mean, this is React. This is a React code, and React is a library, right? And of course, I don't expect everybody to know what React is, unless if you really want to know what React is, TekTariq Academy is there for you to come and understand what React does. It's a JavaScript library, right? So on our home screen, by the time we open the app, when you click, it sends a message and it opens the first menu of the page. Then the restaurant emoji is passed as a prop. I don't want to explain this code, please. So before you start asking that, are we here to learn coding or are we here to learn how to build a product? So I'm going to just move on. But just for you to see that this is how actually we move information from one part of the code to another, right? We render the name, we render the emoji, the badge. Let's say there's a popular restaurant, meaning that if people are if people are buying from Mama's Kitchen, and like if we have like a 100 order in 1 hour, 50 to 60% of the entire order is going to Mama's Kitchen. Meaning Mama's Kitchen is very popular. So that's what we'll be recommending. So there will be an algorithm running to check which of the kitchens has more rating and which of them has a shorter delivery time. So that we can help you to understand which kitchen or which restaurant you need to order from, right? Then for the backend, that's where you build the engine that users never see. So backend engineers, if you are a pure backend engineer, you might be a very boring person. I'm not a boring person. I'm also a backend engineer, but I'm not boring. But you'll be like, they're always isolated. They're always doing things where, they're always doing things where because nobody sees what they do. In fact, people will praise the front end. Wow, I like the UI. I like the way the animation slides in. I like the way if I order something, it's always process my payment and then all this stuff. Guys, there's somebody behind the scene making all those things happen. Let's give a thumbs up to all backend engineers. That yes, you are doing a great job. The front end engineers don't have to take all the accolades, right? Backend engineers too are also doing well. So yeah. Thumbs up to you guys. Yeah, man. You deserve it. Okay, so backend code is running on the server, and a server is just like a machine that is ready to serve you. Meaning that anytime you make a request, a login request, and it's going to serve you. It's always ready to serve. Yes, sir. They are always ready to serve. So it doesn't run in your browser. It runs on the server. It receives requests, run business logic. So when I say business logic, you can't put the business logic on the browser because it will expose the logic of every business. There's a logic every application uses, right? For example, now the logic. Somebody's instructing me. So there's logic to, I mean, there's every business have their own logic, like the way they process their stuff. For example, now the way Global process their stuff will different from the way Chowdeck and the way TekTariq to process their own thing. So they all have their own business logic, right? Because PowerPoint and Google Slides provide the same kind of similar features, but their logic is going to be different. They are all going to have their own business rule, their own business rules. Some of them will say, okay, you need to, okay, let's use this communication tool. I think until it was, was it a year or 2 years back that Google Meet start saying that you have to have a premium account before you can host calls for more than two participants for more than 1 hour. Previously, it was free. You can stay as long as you want to stay, as you can be as much as you want to be. But Zoom has always been like they have to pay. So Zoom will give you 40 minutes, and Google Meet, as of then, will give you, let's say Google Meet will give you 1 hour. I'm not sure. But they both serve the same purpose. They both allow you to join the call, have discussions, see your faces, smile, and have wonderful moments. But the logic behind their products is different. But you can never see that because it's behind the scene. So who are those people that are deciding what will happen? Those people are the back-end engineers. They are the ones that will decide that, okay, by the time you log in, for example, if you want to log into an application, some application will say, by the time you log in, I have to send you an OTP before you can access other things. So I will confirm that even if you steal the username and password, at least you cannot steal the person's email to access their OTP or their phone number. But for other products, they will tell you that it's a less secure. It's not a fintech app, it's not a bank app. So once you know your email and phone number, no problem, you can log in. So all those things are what we call business logic. They are the business route. For example, TekTariq doesn't charge you. If you order food, it won't charge you for service fee, it will not charge you for delivery. It's just that your food will be imagination. It's imaginary food. We won't even charge you. You understand? Our own business logic is we won't charge you for food. You understand? This logic is happening behind the scene. We won't charge, it's free of charge, just that the food will never come. But in other applications, you are definitely going to pay. You are definitely going to use a real you are going to use a real card, real payment, and there has to be money in that card. Do you understand? So all those logic, how do you decide if this card is going to be acceptable? Does this card have enough money to make the payment? Do you understand? All these are business logic that happens behind the scene. Do you understand? We cannot be asking you that the amount of your food is 100,000. Do you have up to 100,000 in your account? We cannot be asking that on the UI. Bring your card. We will know. By the time you enter your card, it will tell you that this card doesn't have enough. You have insufficient balance. All those things happened behind the scene because it will be too boring to be showing you all the logic on the screen that, okay, we are calling your bank. Okay, your bank has not responded. Okay, your bank has given us your bank information. Oh, they have given us your balance. Oh, your balance is 90,000. The food you want to order is 100,000. You have a deficit of 10,000. Now you cannot order the food. Imagine all those things are now coming to you on your screen. It will look somehow, but you just wait and be watching. Front end would already say, okay, I'll be expecting the information to come. By the time the information comes, the front end will just render it on your face that, see, you have insufficient balance and you cannot make this payment. So that is what a business rule is. So what we do in the backend is that when you tap place order, the backend code will run, it will validate the cart that what you want to order on this cart, does Mama's Kitchen have it presently? Because sometimes when you go to Glovo or Chowdeck, it has to check and see, oh, Eforiro is not available at the moment. It happens when you go to the normal counter. When you go onto the normal counter, right? You go and check, you tell you that rice is not available at the moment, or Fiesta fried rice or special rice or whatever kind of rice is not available at the moment. Will you wait for like 20 minutes or you order something else? So we don't want you to order food and then later on we've already charged you and we'll tell you that the food you want to order is not available. So first the backend will do a validation check that the what is on your cart, is it available in the place you want to buy it? It will not calculate if it's available, it will go ahead and calculate the fees to save the order and then send a confirmation to you. So when we talk about backend, we talk about mostly three things: the API, the logic, and security. Starting from security, that's the authentication, where we check, let's start from the API. So these are the rules of how front-end talks. Front-end will tell you that, backend people should give us the API to implement. Maybe there's a new feature and we've implemented the UI. Okay, backend, can you give us the API to do this? So the rules of how frontend talks to backend is what we call is an API call. And every app calls hundreds APIs per second. When you were doing that, demonstrating the TekTariq app, you are making API calls. By the time you click save order, you are making API calls. By the time you make payments, you are making another API call. The API calls that you are making to the server to know whether the food has been dispatched, whether the food is ready, whether the food has been delivered. Although those one are mocked and it's just a timeout, it's just a like I just set a set timeout to do that. But normally there will be somebody behind the scene that will be giving that instruction to the server, and the server will be telling it to the customer. Okay, and there's this business rule that I mentioned the other time that checks that you can't place order if your cart is empty. Imagine you want to make payments and your cart is empty. No, you can't buy nothing from us. You have to buy something, right? Or is the restaurant open? Some restaurants don't open. They close by 8. So by the time you already add something to cart since like 7 a.m. and you are busy gisting or watching movie and you forgot, and once it's 8:01, you now say, let me quickly place order. By the time, because you already add the cart, you can't place the order again because the restaurant is closed, right? And all those business rules and all those logic, they all happen behind the scene in the backend side, right? And then the security, that's the gatekeeper, right? That's where the authentication, the fraud checks, rate limiting. You can't just like the way most of you here that use this TekTariq, you just put anyhow card. You think we don't know what we are doing? We know exactly what we are doing. You cannot come and scam us. That's why your food did not arrive. If you want your food to arrive, put your real card and send your PIN to me privately. Food will arrive. Don't worry. I'm just kidding. Don't do that, please. It's not advisable. Okay. So that's for the security part. Okay. So this is just a summary of what the backend guide does when you are building an application. So you can decide that, okay, I love colors, I love fonts, I love this, I love that, I love to see what I'm doing, right? I love to see things I'm doing. Like you can go for the front end. And if you are someone that I love logic, I love to think. Like anytime there's a problem, you be like, what's the problem? You are the one that's always providing solution. Like, okay, what if we do this? If you do this, if you are always in the place that whenever there's a problem, you are the one that always think 5 steps ahead of your mates. Just know that backend is something you can do because backend requires you to think 100 steps ahead. Think of things you'll be needing in 2 years time or in 2 weeks time that you don't need them now, but what you do now will affect what will happen in 2 weeks time. Then if you're a backend person, you have to prepare for that 2 weeks time. So it's all about thinking ahead, thinking present, thinking behind, and thinking all around. It's all about logic. It's all about doing things that the eyes cannot see, but it's happening in the, let me not say it, in the spiritual world, right? So that's for backend engineering, right? So this code from backend engineering from our TekTariq, it's just a snippet of our Node.js endpoint. Then this is the place order endpoint. If you can see, it's a post request, right? Is a post request, and what a post request does is it sends a request and then it will take the items and the restaurant ID from the body, that's from the form, it will validate it. After validating it, if there's an error, if there's no cart or the cart is empty, it's going to tell you cart is empty and it will respond. You can see that it says return.res. Res means respond. Respond with an error that cart is empty. Look at it here. You see, respond with an error that what? Cart is empty. Oh, cart is empty, right? If it escapes that level, now calculate the sum and then save it to the database. So this is how backend, this is just simply how the logic happens. You understand? If I should go back to my front end code, you can see I'm just showing the name, the rating, and all this stuff. But here we are doing validation, we are doing calculation, we are saving stuff. So it's all about logic. You understand? It's all about asking that you have to think. You have to just use your brain and think that, okay, what's going to happen if this happens? If this doesn't happen, what doesn't happen? You understand? So that's for the backend. So let's talk about the data analytics for a minute so that it won't be like they play a major role in when you are building a product, right? when you're building a product, you need data analytics people because they turn raw numbers into decisions that can move company forward. It's not just about building a product, it's about building a product that will beat the market and you make profit. What is the essence of building a product when you are not making profits, right? So every tab on TekTariq creates data that what was built, right? What was built, what was viewed, what was added, what was abandoned, right? All these things, data analytics collects this data, they clean it, and they answer questions that change how the product is built the next time. Do you understand? They don't just, we don't just, they don't quote the features, they decide which feature is worth building next. Do you understand? They decide, okay, okay. They tell WhatsApp people that like these people like that if you know any small thing, people will be sending, people like reacting to WhatsApp status. So what they did yesterday that I noticed, I don't know if other people have noticed earlier than that, is that the reaction, they added 3 reaction to the status, like default, by default. You don't have to open you don't have to open emoji on your keyboard, open your keyboard, switch to emoji. You can see by default, you can see 3 reaction. We all agree with me, right? So they did not just come about that. It is information, it is data that it is out of research, the data that they tell you that, okay, this is what is common among these people. Instead of them, we stressing them to open, why don't we just bring these 3 most used emojis and just put it there so that it will be easier for them to be, you understand? They won't get tired. Or a lot of people make payments. A lot of people they can also come out and tell you that instead of asking people to put their card, a lot of people use OPay. A lot of people use OPay. Why not just add OPay payments? That anytime you want to make payments, if you click on OPay, it will take you to your OPay app, and then you just click on pay. You don't need to put any card. You don't need to even do any transfer from your app to OPay, from OPay back to your app, and it has deducted, and that is all. So data people are very powerful people that will tell you how to move your company forward, because you can't just, it's not just about coding, it's not just about putting the data, the website out there. Yes, you can put it there and people will enjoy it for a time, but we human beings, we get tired easily doing the same thing every time. We like seeing change, we like things that will always motivate us to always come back, right? Just for our own application, for TekTariq now, you like, when you notice that anytime if there's a regular pattern, there might be a regular pattern that out of 100 orders, a lot of people cancel their order when they get to payment, or a lot of people cancel their order at a particular point. Then they will now ask us that what is going on in this particular point? What could be the reason? Oh, the place we place that button, or the color of that button, or the particular way we molded our checkout system is kind of stressful and gives the users mental distress. Why don't we do something different? The data people will tell you that out of this, we've cleaned this, we did the analysis and all their jargons, and then they'll give it to you, and you can improve your application and you get more traction to your application. So that's what the data people guys do. It's a lot of things, it is a lot of work, and it requires experts. And for you to be expert, you have to first be a beginner. You have to learn. You don't just go from learner to expert. You have to learn with people that are also experts to show you the way of how things are actually built, and how you collect data, you analyze data, and you decide on the next action to take. So that's for data. Kudos to the data analytics guys. They are doing a lot of job. They are doing a lot of things. I'm not talking about data of MTN. I'm talking of aha. So they use most time they use SQL to analyze data. They use sometimes they use Excel. They use a lot of things to just analyze. You understand? So in our own situation now, this select is an SQL for the backend guys. You know that is you understand what SQL does, right? And data guys to also understand what SQL does. So these just they have different tools. SQL is part of it. In fact, it's a major part of real world what called data analysis, right? You can see count, the sum, the average, to count this thing from orders, join table, left join, right join, this conditions, where this, that, all the jargons. Yeah. So this is just I don't want to bother you, but this is just example of the kind of things they write. It's not just code, it's a script, not actually a code, right? So that's it. So now to the cloud and DevOps guys. So imagine you build everything now. So how my application is accessible, I can decide to shut down my application right from my laptop because the server of TekTariq is sitting on my laptop. I can decide to shut it down and you'll not be able to see it again. Or for example, if NEPA refused to give us light and let's say for maybe something happened and then I don't have inverter and there's no light and my battery capacity is low. Once my laptop dies, shut down, nobody can order food again. So I cannot rely on my laptop as a server. You understand? I'm able to do this because I have light. My laptop is charged, right? My laptop is charged. I can do all these things. But what if my laptop dies? We stop getting money, and that is all. So that is why we need the cloud and DevOps guy. They make sure everything stays running for millions of users around the clock. They are very important when it comes to building a product. The cloud, I'm not talking about when it's going to rain too. The cloud is just someone else's computer, just like my own computer, right? My computer, the TekTariq is sitting on my computer, but by the time my laptop dies, you can no longer access TekTariq again. But the cloud guys will get another computer that is running one of these massive data centers that has constant electricity, AC, everything is ventilated. There's no overheating. There's no data to turn. There's no NEPA Timuna law. There's no Nigerian factor. Yeah, there's no Nigerian factor. It's always running, except there's an outage, which is rare. On rare cases, will you see an outage? So meaning that there's usually 99.999% uptime for most of these big data centers. We have example, we have Amazon, we have Google, we have Microsoft, we have a lot of them. So DevOps engineers automate the journey from code written to code that is live. If I write the code and I run it on my computer, I'll be the only one that can access it. But because I want other people to access it, the cloud guys will make it go live. They build pipelines. Pipelines. So a developer pushes code, test run it, and users see the changes, zero manual steps, right? So cloud is a rented server, rented computer, rented speed, rented space. Instead of buying hardware, renting computer by each hour, or scale up when others spike, or scale down at 3 a.m., you pay for what you see, what you use, right? So that's what the cloud does. And another thing that the cloud DevOps guy does is CI/CD. That's auto deployment. By the time I push my code to GitHub, it tests run it automatically and then it deploys it. Right? So that's for auto deployment. And then the operations there is how they keep it running all the time. Okay. So that's for the cloud DevOps, right? So this is how they write their workflow. What they write is workflow, right? So this is the workflow of the steps. The first, when you on push, you can see that they said on push. When I push to a particular branch, for example, main branch, then the job that will do it will first deploy. So runs on this particular Ubuntu latest, that's the server. The first step is to what, get the action and then check out, install dependencies, run tests, and then build the app, and then other steps to go ahead. So that's for the DevOps guys. So these are basically the building a product that runs on the internet. This is basically what you need to run it. So now, which track is right for you? Or how do you know the learning track you're going to follow? Because we have different stack that you need. You need the front-end stack, the back-end stack, the data analytics, and the cloud. But there's a particular learning track that is suitable for each. If you want to be a full stack, meaning you have to combine the front end and the back end. If you want to be the analyzer, the one that will come and say, okay, you are the based on your passive. If you care about things and things look and feel, you want users to enjoy every interaction, You notice bad UX before anything else. Like there are some people, when they get to a party, especially ladies, by the time they get to a party, especially, I know some two people, the two of them must not sit together in a party. Before you say, look at that person. See the gele that she put on this thing. You be like, why would she use this bag on that? You know this. You understand? Some people like to analyze stuff. You understand? They prefer things, they see things and they tell you that no, this color combo is bad. So those people will just give them front end. Understand? Then back end. People that love solving logic, puzzles, you think in rules, you think that if I do this, if I leave my house 10 o'clock, if I don't leave by 10, I'm going to get late to if I don't leave by 10, I'm not going to meet up with the boss. If I don't meet up with the boss, I have to take this, I have to do this. People that always think in logic, people that always people that always think in rules, education system. They don't need users to see your work. They don't want public. They don't like public, they don't want anybody to be applauding them. They just want to be admiring their work and saying, you understand? Those people, all those people in the comment section, don't distract me, please. So those are the back-end guys. So for the data analytics, they analyze order, they spot drop-offs, they find what works. You ask why before anything else. You find patterns more satisfying than features. You don't just say, okay, this feature. They look at the patterns that what happened, how did this, they join dots together. You understand? They want to influence strategy. You understand? Not just building things. If you are a person that prefer building over analyzing, they don't prefer building over analyzing. You understand? So that's for data analytics. And then cloud and DevOps is people that love reliability and zero downtime. They don't want a process to break. They don't tell you that, something's breaking. Like, why? Why? Did you make sure this happened? Did you make sure that happened? Who is this Sadiq Lawal? Chill now. Calm down. Don't be too obsessed with data analytics. So you are too obsessed, I beg. Mr. Sadiq. So yeah, they like boot code and they like infrastructure. So that's why they call them DevOps. They join between development and operation. They write small code. Sometimes they write code, sometimes they don't write code. Sometimes they just read code, but they don't write code. Do you understand? So those are cloud and DevOps guys. So yeah, so these are all the tracks for you. If you are somebody that you don't prefer invisible system, you like to see things, you like to observe things, you like to see things, you go for front end. If you're someone that need instant, you don't want instant visual feedback. You like to run your things on Postman. You like to run your things behind the scene. You like to run things in your head. Imagine somebody wants to build a house and in his head, he has already calculated the money to buy the land, the money to clear the onile, the money to do foundation, the money, all these things. Or you want to buy something like, you have already thought of everything in your head. Trust me, backend is for you. Okay? And if you don't prefer building, if you prefer analyzing, data analytics is for you. And if you prefer DevOps, if you want to build user-facing feature, if you like reliability and zero downtime, and you don't want to build user-facing features, because cloud and DevOps, they don't interact with users at all. They don't have anything to do with users. You understand? They are always communicating with developers. Their own is developers. Reminds me of one of our stakeholders in my company. She joined us recently, and then after sometimes after like 2 weeks, we're having a company-wide meeting, and then she was forced to ask that, what are the DevOps guys doing? I just laughed that day that I was telling when we were in the other meeting with DevOps, I was not joking that you guys, look at the people that are paying your salary, do not even know what you are doing. Do you even have any benefits? So he was not telling me that, see, if I know say it's sure for me, we should remove DevOps from our company and see whether the person that is even complaining about the person that's even complaining about that what does DevOps do? The moment they remove DevOps from the equation, that person will come back and say that, I can no longer log in, I can no longer access that. Then you tell her that the reason is because we remove DevOps guys. So should we bring them back so that you know what the DevOps guys are doing? So for this reason, kudos to the DevOps guys. They are doing a great job. They are making sure the application is always available, always live. They are automating things because they can't be on their system all the time. They automate. When the system is sick, it auto heal. When the system is failing, it will auto scale. When there are too much people, it auto scale. When there are less people, it will scale down. They are doing a whole lot of stuff. So guys, DevOps guys are doing a great ton of job. So yeah, thank you very much. You know that this app that we just demoed or every other application is built by someone who knows how the internet works. And that could be you or your brother or your relative or anybody you know. And the only thing between you and now, the only thing between where you are now and building a real product is the decision to start. Okay? So TekTariq Academy, thank you for organizing this session, and thank you for allowing me to take this session and educate people on how the product is built. You understand? One thing I like about TekTariq Academy is that they have structured curriculum for all staff, and they build real projects. From day one, you can start building real projects. Their mentors are people who have worked in industries. It's not just any kind of mentors, you understand? There are people that actually know how the industry works. They are building a community, and then they have a flexible schedule that you can learn while you're right. So guys, enroll in TekTariq Academy today. Thank you very much. If you have any question, let's connect on LinkedIn. My name is Awad Adewi, or you call me Almajiri Dev. Ciao, 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 ciao.
Thank you very much. Everybody, when I say Almajiri, they will type power in the chat box. Let me see power. I want to see power. I am not seeing anything in the chat box. So. Hello? Hello, everybody. I want to see power. Yeah. Oh my God, thank you very much. Thank you so much to our amazing facilitator. Like, no, this is top notch. I was saying it earlier that this person that is coming to take us today is coming to share insights, and not just insights, valuable ones. I know somebody is already thinking, oh God, that's how those people used to do. They can sweet talk. Oh my God. But now I am very happy. I am glad that I was able to prove you wrong. So let me see power in the chat box, please. Yeah, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, thank you. So let's say thank you to our facilitator. Let me see your reactions. Let's jam our hands together for him. Like, he really did justice. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you. Yeah, on behalf of TekTariq Academy and all our attendees, I'm saying a special thank you to you, Almajiri Dev. Thank you so much for sharing these valuable insights. Trust me, you cannot just get this anywhere. And yeah, just like you have said, TekTariq Academy is the right place to be. It's a place where, the only place, yes, I am not even bragging now, and I am not trying to sugarcoat anything. It's the only place where you can get something like this and even more. So if you are still contemplating, you are still a doubting Thomas, yeah, you don't have to be doubting now anymore, right? I think we have evidence. In fact, evidence is evidence choke. So yeah, thank you very much. And yeah, we'll be moving on to the next session, which is the open mic session. And we will be allowing everyone, you can raise your hands. If you have any question, clarification, anything at all, just raise your hand and then I'll give you the mic to speak. And yes, if you have an addition to, yes, you might be thinking, okay, when the facilitator was saying something, oh, I really want to add this to what he has said. you also have the mic. So we can start raising our hands now. Hello, everybody. I can remember asking everyone to get their writing materials when we are starting this program, right? And that's because I know that some of you might not want to ask questions. And as a good host that I am, I don't want you to go back home or go back to your room. Oh, today is Saturday, right? It's a weekend, so most people should be at home, except those that are going for Owambesha. But wherever you are, I asked you to get your writing materials when we're about to start. So if you are not asking him questions, I will be here to ask you questions. You cannot just attend this session as insightful as it was, and you tell me that, okay, you cannot just, you don't have anything you've learned, or you don't have any, you're not curious about anything. It doesn't work that way. I know some people are just understanding what front end, back end, cloud and DevOps, and data analyst, what they do. You don't even know what they do. Some people are even hearing those words for the very first time. So, and you are telling me that after this insightful session, where we even had to order food, like, if you are not telling me that you don't have questions, you don't have contribution. Okay. Okay, I have someone raising her hand. Oreolua Makinde, you have the mic. Hello, Oreolua. Okay, I think she's not here anymore.
Can you hear me, ma?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I want to ask that if, like, you learn the skill or anyone from TekTariq, is it that you have a job secured with them, or like are they willing to hire? Because it's one thing to learn the skill and then it's another thing to getting a job skill. So I just want to ask.
All right, thank you very much for that amazing question. So, here at TekTariq, right, at TekTariq Academy, we offer internship position. Like after graduation, upon completion, you are allowed to intern with us and then our partner organizations. So out of those who intern with us, we have those that, okay, we are actually going to monitor you throughout the whole process. And then those who stand out will be matched with future employers, just like you have promised. And yes, this offer is not open to just anyone or to everyone who register with TekTariq Academy, because we are running two plans, right? We have the basic plan and the standard plan. So the basic plan, you get access to lecture materials, one-on-one interaction with your tutors, the learning community, and the certification and the certificate of completion, right? But if you are applying for the standard plan, that's when you get to this aspect of the internship and then the talent match. Have I answered your question now, Orolua? Hi, Ore. Okay, thank you very much. So do you have any other question?
Sorry, will it be a paid internship?
I cannot guarantee that for now. So that will be communicated in the, definitely as an intern when you're joining, we have our terms and conditions. And if you are cool by it, then you can proceed. So I cannot tell you if it's going to be a paid one or not. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. So do we have any other questions or contribution? Okay. So I really need to know that we were all following the facilitator. You would not want me to ask you a question. All right. Murtado, I think Aisha, you're raising your hand. I can see what you are doing. I can see what people are doing. But yes, I'll still ask my question, whether you like it or not. Okay, Murtado Aisha, you have the mic.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I don't know if I'm the only one here. I don't know where. Well, let me say it's my first time attending a class like this. With TikTok. I don't know. I don't know if I'm the only one feeling inspired. In fact, I feel like, what have I been doing all this while? Have I actually been being a tech person that I've thinking I am? I've been thinking I am. Alhamdulillah. So what I actually want to say in essence is, please, I implore our own everybody in charge of this program. Please, we want more of something like this. Because if everyone is slacking off, if the opportunity to attend a program like this, I'm sure they will find themselves back. No, I've not been on the right track. I need to go back on it. Like, it will call them back on track. So that is my own observation on my own. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Aisha. Thank you for that amazing feedback. Like, I'm really glad. And yes, we have a whole lineup of events, and this is just the beginning. So that is why we are calling you to join us at TekTariq. Once you join us, trust me, you get more than you paid for. Thank you very much, Aisha. All right, we have Lawal Abdullah. Okay, you can unmute your mic and speak now.
Yeah. I don't have any really much question like that. It's just that I just want to ask that how do we join the TekTariq Academy? And because this, I'm just seeing the flyer, so I just had to, because I really like something like this, so I just had to join and listen. So I'm also a designing someone. So
Thank you very much, Abdullah. And you just said something that made my day. Like, you really want to join. God. Send me your address. Let me send you flowers. All right. So I'll be dropping the link in the chat box, right, for you to join, to register. And just like I've explained earlier, this is not a free training. It is paid. And trust me, it is very, very affordable. Very affordable. So I'll be sharing the registration link in the chat box now. You can register. And also, we have another sweet thing to offer you. That's our referral program, right? So you can refer people, your friends, your family members, people that have not heard about TekTariq Academy, you can refer them. And once they join, you are getting a percentage from their pay. So yeah, you can make money. You are not just here to teach. We are also teaching you how to make money too. And yes, we are all Nigerians. We all love money. So thank you very much, Abdullah. All right, Sadiq Lawal, you have the mic.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, assalamu alaikum to the. So first off, I want to appreciate the Almajiri facilitator. I don't know if I got that correctly, Mr. Awal Adewi. Thanks for
Almajiri Dev.
Almajiri Dev. Thank you very much. You know, it kind of excites me that, and I think that it amuses me that for the first time in my years of being exposed to the tech world, this is the first time I am able to understand the process flow of the whole front end, back end process, and it's just so very fun. Like, I can just understand it at a glance. You understand? It's just less than 1 hour, and somebody just, this is very beautiful anyway. Because like the last like the lady, the sister said earlier, I think we want to urge the organizers of this program if we have more of this kind of session, so that those that have clogged out, those that have backed out of this program, this might prompt them to come back. Because for real, if I had this kind of section earlier, I probably might have a change of thought. Because now I see that, okay, I can actually do some of these things talk of a backend. Now we understand, okay, what's the requirement of backend. Now understand what DevOps looks like. Because truly, I have learned front end before, but I was opportunity to choose between which of the career paths, front end and back end, DevOps, QA, and which other one. But I was forced to go to DevOps. But by money, I rock QA, QA. Now, so I now discovered that okay, I can actually even do that back end because we had that orientation. Say back end is very, very hard, it's very, very cumbersome. Oh my, do you go on wrong, man, you go on Chris, but you know go Chris, all those kind of orientation. But thank you very much for this section because it's really, really impactful. We really enjoyed it. At least for a long time, I can have a better glance now. So thank you very much, sir. I do appreciate this section. And for IOTB, I want to appreciate the organizers for it. I've been to different tech cohorts. I won't lie to you. I have a lot. If I write my CV of different cohorts I've been to, none has come close to this. And this is what we want. This is the solution we want to solve for. So I really appreciate it. Even I won't say, let me admit that I'm ready for in love with IOTB already. Thank you very much, Zach Kaira, for all the organizers. Thank you.
Me, welcome. Thank you very much, Sadiq. And first off, we are TekTariq. And yes, we are partner with ITV Tech, but then we are TekTariq. So, yeah, this is TekTariq. Yeah, I get it. It's fine. Thank you. Thank you very much for the wonderful feedback. Like, I'm sure the facilitator's head is already swelling. Like, oh my God. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Ma, I dropped the question on the chat box. I don't know if you saw it about inquiries about the TekTariq plan. Is it a paid service and what are the cost and everything that is involved?
Okay, let me give you a brief summary, right? So yes, it is a paid program, and then we are running two tiers, right? So we have the basic plan and the standard plan. The basic plan is running for 180,000 and the standard plan 250,000. You can see that it is very, very affordable. So for the basic plan, you have access to the lecture materials, to a one-on-one interaction with your tutors, the general community, and of course, events like this, and then a certificate of completion. Then for the standard plan, you get everything in basic, then career simulation. We help you create a proper work portfolio, then you have access to internship opportunities. And then for our interns who stand out, we are going to match them with future employers. So yeah, this is what we have for you at TekTariq Academy and even more. And yes, for us to process your application, because we have opened application since 18th of May, right? And we've had a couple of people, like a couple of applicants here. And then the application is closing anytime soon. Yes. So if you still want to join that train, you should do that now and register now. So we understand the current situation of the country, right? And it might not be easy for people to for some people to pay the whole 180,000 or 250,000 at once. So for us to process the application, you have to make a commitment fee of 40%. Like you pay 40% of whatever plan you are going for. So for the basic plan, that will be 72,000, and for the standard plan, that will be 100,000. So that's for us to understand that, okay, you're actually serious about this and you really want to do this with us. And yes, you can always check our website. The link is in the chat box. You can check it for more information. Sadiq, do you get that now?
Yes. Thank you very much. I've seen the site, so I'm on it already. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. And yes, we can't wait to have you. Okay, so we have our Oga in the house. Sir, you have the mic, Kishki. You have the mic, sir.
All right. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir.
I'm very, very glad to be here. And I just want to give some testaments. Yeah. So For a while now, I've been a beneficiary of the good work TekTariq does, and I feel like I'll be doing a great injustice if I don't put in more words on this call. Where I sit, I am the faculty lead of IoTB Tech Fellowship, and I can tell you all for free, it's hand to hand sponsored by TekTariq IT Solutions Limited. So I just want to use this opportunity to thank TekTariq for the good work TekTariq is doing. In my experience with TekTariq at the level of IoTB Tech, TekTariq provided us the people, the culture, the technology, and the process. Do you want me to repeat that? The people, the culture, the technology, and the process. So if you are still wondering what all of those means, I would ask you to check iotbtech.org.ng. It's also a fellowship and a training academy, just like what TekTariq is doing. Is it an alternative to TekTariq Training Academy? No. And I will tell you why. At the level of IoTB Tech, we also rely on TekTariq when it comes to the industry exposure, when it comes to having real access to job. I'll tell you today, most of our fellows that graduated from IoTB Tech, most of them are interns at TekTariq, where they get to convert all of their trainings to real life experience. And the good thing is that the kind of training we give, courtesy of TekTariq, it's a training that in 1 year, 6 months, you start feeling like you have a lot of years of experience, which is as a result of the quality that TekTariq IT Solutions brings into all of this. And do you know one thing that I find so rare here is that these people are real people. Like when I say real people, you would see that the presenter was not there was nothing like forming accents, and you will not see dread on his head to say, all these tech people, they will have dread, they have earring, they have, all of those tushy and fancy stuffs that you see around. And at the end of the day, it is just only shouts, no quality, no results. So one thing I've experienced firsthand with TekTariq is that intentionality, like genuine concern for people, genuine empathy to make sure you are successful. So I bet it with you. Either you pay the 120, you pay the 180, 250, 1 million naira, whatever it is that you pay for this training, I can guarantee, and you can hold me by my words, and it is because of what I've experienced firsthand with TekTariq, is that you will not regret every bit of kobo that you spend on this training. So my fellows from IoTB Tech, I can tell you guys for free, and this is us trying to give back to TekTariq. Most of the guys you see on this call, I had to go ginger them this morning to join this call so that it would complement what they are learning, and they are able to bring their friends and family to TekTariq. So to my fellows, I know they are highly motivated, and this is also on this call again from IoTB Tech saying that we're in very strong solidarity to TekTariq. We are loyal to TekTariq, and as much as possible, we'll push and make sure TekTariq makes more money so that TekTariq can also support us as much as possible. I'm also using this opportunity to tell you that this thank you we are saying openly, publicly, where everybody is to tell you that we want more from you. And I know that TekTariq also organizes our webinar at the level of IoTB Tech. We want to plead with you that when next you want to organize our webinar, please bring something as top-notch as this for us. Thank you so much, and God bless you all.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for the beautiful words. Yes, because you are always coming with a lot of amazing stuff to bring. And then I know this is not any different from what we've always had from you. So thank you very much, sir. And yes, everybody, I don't know if you all understand Yoruba, but then I would like to introduce our Baba Sale. I don't know. It sounds so funny, right? But then he's our daddy and he's our backbone. Yeah. So let's appreciate him. Let's appreciate him. People are not reacting. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, everyone, and thank you very much, sir. So we'll be ending this session in just 5 minutes. So before we do that, I would like all right, okay. So I would like about 2 or 3 people to tell us which stack they will be they will love to join. Yes. I can remember the facilitator mentioned something. He mentioned front end, back end, data analytics, and cloud and DevOps. So yeah, I want to see which stack is actually winning. So comment your stack, whatever you think is resonating with you. He gave us different analogies, right? He said as a front-end developer, if you are the kind of person that love people seeing your work, you love seeing colors, you love it when people are interacting with what you do, said that suits you, right? And a back end for someone who is very who pays so much attention to details. Yes, you already have everything outlined, everything properly planned, so that suits you. And then for data analytics, if you're a kind of person that is very curious, you want everything to be in order. Yes, so I think that suits you. And then for cloud and DevOps, it's all about intentionality, right? So I think we have an idea what all of these stacks have. So let me see the stack that is winning now. Back end, cloud and DevOps, data analytics, back end. Okay. Okay. I'm actually finding it hard to have a winner because 2 people commented back-end development and then 2 people data analytics. And we have about 53 people on this call. What's going on? I need a winner. You don't know, maybe I might decide to sponsor you to actually study one of these courses. And you're not writing it here. No problem. Front end, okay. Somebody is laughing at me. Oh my God. It's not by size. Trust me, it's not by size. I can actually sponsor you. Sorry, I didn't say that. So I now have money. Okay. Front end. I think front end is winning now. Everybody loves colors. You don't want to walk behind the scene. Okay. Full stack. Aziza, you want to be sitting on the fence. Full stack. Okay. All right, product design. Multiple counts is not allowed. Just write one. Then you can nudge others too. You can nudge others too. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. So yeah, thank you very much, everyone, for participating and then for doing this with us. It truly means a lot. And yes, this is just the day 1. Just like I mentioned in the beginning, that this is a 2-day webinar, right? So today is for the engineering aspect of tech. And tomorrow, we are coming to that part that makes life beautiful and colorful, which is design. And yes, just like our facilitator today has done justice to this topic, trust me, the person that is coming tomorrow is gonna do more. So if you don't want to miss out on the amazing stuff he's going to drop tomorrow, it's best to join us as early as 10 o'clock a.m. tomorrow. Don't be a late comer. I don't want to hear I missed out on a lot. No, you don't have to miss out on anything. So join us tomorrow. This same meeting link, yes, at the same time. And yeah, thank you very much for doing this with us. We are so happy, and then we are looking forward to have you at TekTariq Academy. Thank you very much, everyone, and do have a wonderful day. You want your food? You didn't pay now. You people did not pay for your food. You want to collect the food? No, we are not doing that. Okay. Our facilitator said we are closed for the day.